Hello, and welcome to our Hustle and Know entrepreneurial experience. We are an entrepreneurship book club moving into the podcast world. Each month, every couple weeks or so, we read books relating to entrepreneurship and professional development, and then we bring that to you guys. So, this session is actually a follow-up confessional to see if we followed through with what we said we were going to do last week. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so last week we discussed the book, The Most Important Thing by Howard Marks. So, that book is an investment book, and it gives you little tidbits here and there. If you watched our last session, you might hear that I wasn't a huge fan. But regardless, I still read it. No. And let's see if I followed through. So who wants to go first? Joseph.
Yes. So last week, or when we were talking about the most important thing, what I talked about was trying to get the best price for things. So looking for bargains. Not just when I'm shopping at the grocery store, but also when I'm looking for investments, looking for bargains. And I said I would, every Sunday when I check, I would also look for a good investment. And I have been doing that, and it's been fun. I don't know if I'm super good at it yet, but this week I found Intel, the computer company, which I think is pretty cheap right now. So that was one. Depending on when you're watching this, right now it's August 27th. So it may not be cheap in the future, or maybe cheaper. But yeah, that's a good practice.
Do you know why?
Huh?
Do you know why it's cheap?
I don't know exactly why it's cheap now.
Well, Apple had announced that they're going to start making their own chips for the MacBook. So I think that's what hit the price of Intel. But that's another topic for another time, I suppose.
That's good to know, though. That helps a lot. But I think they'll survive. I think they're okay without Apple. There's other computer companies all around the world. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's awesome. Good job, Joseph. You keep looking and researching. Shawn, do you want to go next? Actually, yeah, go ahead. You're ready to talk.
It seemed like you were torn. I can wait. I can be patient.
I just don't want to go last, so let me go next. Thank you, Shawn.
Then you would have to go now.
Yeah. So I wasn't a huge fan of the book. Something that I said that I did like about it was whenever you're looking for investments, it's not like a baseball game where, you have to 3 strikes and you're out, like you have to play or you're going to be out. You can wait until you find a good investment. And then once you find one that you like, then you can act on it. So I liked that, but I wasn't sure how I'd apply that to my life. And since I didn't really like the book too much, I said that I was going to buy a different book, which I did. I got the Tony Robbins Unshakable, which is also about like financial freedom. So it's going to be similar to the other book we read, Your Money or Your Life, I feel like. I haven't started reading it yet. But he did also mention investment strategies, and that he interviewed and received strategies from the world's top investors. So I partially said what I was going to do because I bought it, but now I just have to read it.
So let me get this straight. This book made you so angry you found another book to take solace in, and now you're happy.
Correct.
Just making sure.
Okay, what about you, Shawn?
I, in so many words, said I wanted to be the Fonz. I want to be a contrarian. I want to be the cool guy. Sits back and it's cool, and everybody's going crazy selling off all their stuff because the world's coming to an end. You hang on, and when everybody, when it gets to the bottom, then you start buying stuff because it is of value. Because I think part of my deal was you want to buy something that's valuable to you. I think the philosophy it should be you invest in stuff that and you have a relationship with. Something about it, you can explain it. This book made it sound like it was more like a scorecard. Just pick it at the right time, and you'll make money. Whenever you make money, and you sell, and then you're going to be cool and be rich. To what end? What does it mean to be cool and rich if I don't care for what I own? I mean, I could own anything I want, but if I have no attachment to it, then it just becomes a means to an end. And I didn't like that. So, and learning cycles. I mean, I think cycles are a real thing. I think we've seen, in my 40-something years of being on this planet, things definitely go in cycles. I mean, there's the seasons, of course, but there's also, I noticed in the markets, there's certain times where you don't necessarily want to buy because for whatever reason in October, it's just not a good time. The market seems to start going down. I don't know if it's anticipating the holidays or what that's all about. And then sometimes in the spring, the other thing happens. So, and as people are reporting earnings and those types of deals, so I think you have to be smart when it comes to those types of deals. But if you watch a lot of Netflix and you think that the value of Netflix seems to be okay, buy Netflix. I mean, because then you can at least say, well, yeah, I sit around watching Netflix all day, but it's making me money too. Maybe not the $9 or $10 that I'm spending on it every month, but at least you can feel like, hey, I own a little piece of that. So I think I've done that. I think I've been able to do that for the most part.
Awesome. Yay. Good job, team. Is this the first time we've all done it? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wait a minute. Did you actually do it? You just ditched it.
I guess I have to. You're right. I just shot myself in the foot. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, well, thank you, everybody, for joining us to our Hustle and No Confessional. So join us in a couple weeks and find out about the next book. Don't forget, everybody, hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle.